Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Benjamin Hansel. I'm one of the board members for DANPI. I want to give you a little taste of what you can find on some of the websites or chat pages on the darknet. Like, now, if you've seen any of the videos that I've put before, you know that the darknet is unmoderated and you are untraceable for the most part, would be the idea. Now, if the FBI gets involved or the government gets involved, I'm sure there's ways that they can trace you, but you are, for all intents and purposes, anonymous, which sometimes can be good if you want to exchange ideas freely without anybody knowing who you are or where you are. Kind of, you want to just float your ideas out there without any tie to you in any way, shape, or form. And that's okay. That's a good thing. But I want to show you the dark part of the dark web. And that is things like this. Now, I'm in a website. This link is on our webpage that you can go to. It's Able Onion Chat. It's pretty popular. A lot of people frequent this. And you can get on here, like I said, anonymously. So when you come on, you'll create a username just at random. You'll answer a small question about what time it is. So they, it's like one of those caption things so they know you're not a robot. And you're right in. And these are timestamps for all the people that are talking. Here's where I would talk down here. My username is Disgruntled Uncle. And I was looking back at some of the conversations that were going on earlier. And I'm going to walk you through just some of the things that are being said and how some people think when they know that they're anonymous and they can't be tracked and there's no repercussions for their actions or their words. And they can promote things that we at DANPI are trying to stop. So this person's name is N-A-A-E. Obviously not their real name. This is just somewhere in their conversation when they got on, and I'm going to run you through the depravity of how someone like this thinks about children. And there are people interacting with them, going back and forth, obviously being extremely aggressive towards them, which is fine. We at DANPI want to discourage people like this in any way. How? That's up to you, how you want to discourage them. We're not here to tell you you can't say this, you have to say that. No, we're kind of like the free market. You find the best way that works for you to get rid of these people and to discourage them from talking with children, and you do that. We're just trying to help you access the dark web, and we're asking you for feedback on how we can help you, the people, better protect your children. So let me just read you through some of this. It's depravity. He says, in the park, other adults are there. Certain time at summer, they let their kids nude go play with water. Game is sexy. And some of these people play with the kid of the sister of my friend. Sadistic stuff. And people say fondle mean what? So there's people obviously pushing back. So this person doesn't have great English, or at least they're pretending they don't have great English. So you can just look for their name if you want to follow what they're saying. We are not there for that. Simply to play with kid and certain times speak with them. So talking about grooming. Computor is this person right here who's hating on them. You should know that hurtcore is very popular in the dark web, and some of the lesser forms fuel into it, like sex trafficking. Now, hurtcore is what you think it is. Okay, but not representative of all pedo. So not all pedophiles are into hurtcore, they're saying. So this person is a pedophile and they're admitting it, but they're not into hurtcore. No. They're just into lesser kinds of hurtcore. So this person thinks in their mind, or at least they've reasoned themselves into thinking that it's fine as long as it's not extremely violent. Then it's okay. Yes, I know hurtcore is popular, but like any other CP files, child, what you think it is, files, you can find groups who want it. The problem is not the problem, it's the guy who created hurtcore. So predators and pedophilia, they're not the problem, it's certain people within the community just making them look bad. 3/4 of our child lover community is soft content, and we remove hurtcore sites. So this guy is he's actually, in his mind, thinks he's kind of immoral. He's a moral person because he's getting rid of the bad stuff and only keeping the good underage stuff. We play with kid like if you play with kid of your woman. So he's saying, oh, it's no different than if you played with your girlfriend or your wife. Jason says, I've been in this chat room for 5 years. So this person has been here for 5 years in some way, shape, or form, promoting this, talking about how he grooms children, has a website that has underage pornography on it. Here is more for your child porn is rape, but you never see one video like KA, I don't know what that is, where the guy, blank word, the little girl 4 years old, and she loves it. So this guy has a video on his website where a guy is having intercourse with a 4-year-old girl, and he says that she loves it. That is the depravity of some people that you will find. And you can keep going. You could follow these, and sometimes they are fairly disturbing. Now, you don't want to ever click on any links that these people post. Don't go to their websites. Don't look at their JPEGs. Don't ever open anything up. We're just here as a way to protect children in any way, shape, or form in the chat room itself. So we're not going to their links. We're not going to their pages. We're not going to play their game where we get involved and they try to expose us to something that we don't want to be exposed to. But, and he's telling you about his website here. You can go there, redo the page. Privacy, freedom for the people who are oppressed by oppressors. So saying anybody that's trying to shut down him is obviously an oppressor. On Dread's site, you can find black market. So he posts a link to a supposed black market page. Now, we're not going to click on that, obviously. And we don't want anything to do with that. And then past less of 60 days, I have buy on black market private plus 1,000 speed, mushrooms 1 ounce. So now he's saying he can provide you links to illicit drugs, LSD, mushrooms, speed, things of that nature. So this guy's either lying, he's a scammer, and he's trying to get people to click on his link, and then he can steal money from them, or he's just an extremely horrible person. And he has links to drugs and illicit material and pornography of underage children and all sorts of horrible stuff. So just be aware that if you get onto the dark web and one of our chat sites, you're going to see a lot of stuff like this, unfortunately. And that's why we are here, and that's why we want you here. We want you to exist in here in order to fight against these people. Now, let's just scroll down to the earliest thing, and we'll see what people are talking about. So it's not always just, CP that's being put down here. Sometimes people just talking about stuff. A lot of young people talking about viruses, like how to hack. It's all government-controlled scams to spy on you. Talk about the government and oversight and things like that. You can find a credit card, go on Dread. Let's be another website. A Nazi Jew once threw a fit at me saying, and you will find some ignorant anti-Semitism on here. A lot of it's just underage people who are on here just to grief people just because they think they're being ironic, and they're teenagers and they're on the dark web, and so they're trying to be edgy. It's pretty easy to spot, and you can just ignore those people. And you can actually, if you want to block anybody on here who's just being annoying or spamming, when you log on to the website the first time, let me scroll back up, and you see somebody who's just being annoying, and let's say for some reason if you wanted this NAAE, the guy who's got the CP from before, if you want to block him, you can just type in command /ignore, put his name in there, and then they won't show up anymore. So a lot of times people will just come in here and spam like, do you want free drugs and illegal guns? Click this link, and they'll just spam it and spam it and spam it and spam it. It makes it hard to read, makes it hard to pay attention to what's going on. You can do that, and that's one way that you can just follow the things that you're actually trying to follow. So this is an example of what you'll find on the dark web sometimes. And I got updates showing up on my thing. And this is just a way to handle it. Be aware of what you're going to run into. Don't be surprised by it. Keep a cool head. Don't give out private information. Don't click on links. Don't click on JPEGs. Just be there to protect children. All right, guys. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you in the next video.